For those of you that are new to my channel, one of the things that I used to do in the earlier days was I would just set up my phone, hit the record button, and just start talking. Whatever came to mind, whatever idea came to mind, I don't care if I was mid-thought, I don't care if I was mid-sentence. If it popped up in my mind, that's what I would talk about. And those are called my super random videos to make you think little series, where I would just go all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So this video is going to be similar. I don't think it's going to be as random, but who knows? I'm just trying to warn people that this is one of those videos that I'm not going into it intending for you to watch it from beginning to end, but I know some people do. Some people play this type of stuff when they walk around doing stuff. I know people listen to me when they're working out and stuff. Some people listen to me when they're driving, all that type of stuff. So this is kind of one of those videos. And maybe this is going to be one big old story that's clear and succinct, or just it's random as hell. I don't know. I'm just trying to warn you of what this video might be. All right. However, I've just been having a lot of thoughts, and one of the things with me is like I get really wrapped up into my own head, because right now I'm on vacation. I'm off schedule. I'm doing what and I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling, vegging out, because sometimes we need that balance. I'm one of those people that could work every single day for 2, 3, 4 years straight. I am one of those people. But when I relax, I go all the way relaxation with it. I do what I want when I want. If I want to do absolutely nothing, I do absolutely nothing. I turn my brain off and I just exist. And sometimes it feels so freaking good. You know what I'm saying? But, for me personally, I've been going through a lot of things consciously and subconsciously that have been really making me question things, again, as we always should. Even especially when you think you have something figured out, that's when you need to question it the most, because we never know, we never have all the answers, and especially no one person has all the answers. So if no one person has all the answers and you are one person, that means you never have all the answers. So you need to always be questioning yourself. You need to always be questioning society. You need to always question your teachers. It's like all the students out there. You got all these teachers telling you all this, and this is how it is. This is how the world is. This is what you need to do. These are the laws. These are the rules. These are this. But then when you ask them to explain why or how these things came to be, they can't answer you. So the same way that some of y'all are like those, the class clowns, the smart asses to other people, you need to be that same person to yourself. And that's just where I'm at. That's why I'm making this type of video on purpose, because this is like my rough draft for my rough draft. You know what I'm saying? Where I just feel like talking to myself. I just feel like putting all my thoughts out there to see if anyone, resonates with them, to see if anyone can relate, And I know, and that's like the one cool thing about YouTube, man. It's like I used to think YouTube was cheesy. I used to think people were pompous. I used to think, why would people care about what you were thinking, until I started doing it myself. In all actuality, it made me feel less alone. It made me feel more connected to the world. But then I see how people get consumed by it too, and they get stuck in these little echo chambers, this confirmation bias, where they're talking to the people that like them, so they're only talking to people that think like them. So whenever they put their information out there to the world, aka their small or big following, they think that they're right about everything because they're only talking to people that think like them. Me, I like to put incomplete thoughts out there. I like to put thoughts out there. I like to put thoughts of things I don't even believe out there, just to make sure y'all are still listening. For example, I remember I said, like, in the video, just to test it, I was just like, yeah, it was like I would help demons out. I mean, don't get me wrong, I also have a different understanding of demons too, so there's also that. But nevertheless, I would want people to question that. What do you mean you're gonna help demons? Okay, let me explain. You see, I can explain everything I say. Can all these other people, what I'm saying, can you explain why you believe what you believe? That was one of my videos that got taken down off of YouTube, where, like, I was going at it though. I got like that strike on my channel where I was like, I don't give a shit what you believe. Can you explain why? Quick example. Why, like, when we go to, like, if you go to a sporting event and could you all rise for the national anthem? Well, why? Why would I stand for something that completely eradicated my people that lived on these lands beforehand? But then you look at me like I'm crazy when I don't want to stand up for it. You know what I'm saying? But then I'm one of those people, I think for myself, I behave in the way that I want to behave. You know, like the whole kneeling. Well, I understand now, like, sure, we went through a history, but I'm not gonna kneel either. This is your land at the moment. You know what I'm saying? You know, quote, quote. Say, this is your land now. So I'm gonna respect the rules of the land. But I'm not gonna kneel. Even if all of my people were all kneeling, I'm just gonna stand there and be like, I'm staying, sit, whatever. I'm just gonna be like, I'm just here, dog. Like, I don't care about this type of stuff. Why aren't you kneeling? Or why aren't you standing? Why aren't you? You can't make anybody happy these days, so why bother? I'm gonna make myself happy. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way I am with things. You know, I'm always ready to be by myself. I'm fully prepared to be alone and die alone. That's just how I am. You know, do I see that being my future? No, but it is a probability. You know, and I'm always prepared for that. I'm always prepared for that. I'm prepared to be rich. I'm prepared to be poor. I'm prepared to live in a mansion. I'm prepared to live off the land. It doesn't matter. Just which way is the wind gonna blow? That's just what I'm always ready for. You know, the past couple of weeks, you know, like, well, this last week I've just been recovering from a fast. You know, I just got done with a 10-day water fast. Now let me talk about that for a little bit real quick. You know, I do a lot of fasting. Fasting honestly feels good to me. A day fast, intermittent fasting, don't eat till 3 o'clock, don't eat till noon. You know, excuse me, don't eat for a day, don't eat for 2 days, 3 days. That's light work for me. You know, my longest fast was like about 2 weeks, right? So this fast, I decided to go just straight water, not even like, you know, like powder mixes or anything like that. No supplements, nothing, just straight water for as long as I could. And like many of my other fasts, I went into it expecting to go for like 40 days. You know, I said, okay, I'm built for this. I could do this. I'm all spiritual. I'm all eating the sun and stuff. I meditate. I could do this. Bruh, that fast kicked my ass. And I can't even lie. When I was going through it, I was asking myself, I was like, yo, why is this fast making me feel like this? Like, I fasted for longer than this and I didn't feel nearly as bad. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And this is why it's very important to keep an open mind, because after like I started eating again, you know, I was talking with my dad and he was like, bruh, it's like, I mean, like, I'm not with that shit, you know what I'm saying? But, and I get it, you all your spiritual shit and whatever, that's cool, whatever. I don't get it, but you do you. But bruh, I'm just gonna be honest with you, that looked like punishment, you know? And when he said that though, like, even though I disagreed in the moment that he said it, it's something that stuck with me. It's something that resonated in my head. And whenever something sticks and resonates in my own head, I always go back and think about it. Because why? I go through so much information per day that just bounces off of me, that I completely ignore, that I don't care about. But then I heard that and I was like, wait, punishment. Okay, punishment is usually to tell you that you're doing something wrong. Not necessarily like punishment like you're living life wrong and you're paying your karma or anything like that, but maybe there's something in my life that I'm overlooking. Maybe there's something in my life, maybe there's a concept of fasting, maybe I went into it with the wrong intention, maybe there's something. So my mind's been spiraling on that and I'm still unpacking a bunch of that stuff. That's why my brain is so scatterbrained right now. You know what I'm saying? But when I was thinking about that from that perspective, I was like, okay, let me see if he was right about something. Punishment. What am I overlooking in my life? What was wrong with this fast? For me, I didn't prepare for it, number one. I just decided on this day, I'm going to start fasting. So I understand that usually you're supposed to ramp into that fast. You know, you're supposed to slow down the eating and then go into it. You know, but this is also the first time I just went pure water. Like not even liquid chlorophyll. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so my body was hurting. My body ain't never felt that level of pain. But then the thing is, it's like that it wakes up this little masochist in me that I'm just like, the pain, it hurt, but like it felt good at the same time, because like that other voice in my head woke back up that I ain't heard in a minute. That was just telling me, push. Like, I mean, I think it was day 5. It was actually day 5 that was the single-handed hardest day of the fast of my 10 days. And I was getting up to get in the shower. Number one, it took me like 5 minutes just to sit up. From the bed laying down all day just to sit up took me like 5 minutes. Then it took me like a solid 10 minutes. The bathroom is literally like, if I could Kool-Aid man through the wall, I'm in the bathroom, right? So it's like, it took me like solid 10 minutes to get from my bed around the corner into the bathroom. And then in that 10 minutes, I had to stop at the wall, felt like I was about to collapse. I had to lean on the wall. I was hurting. You know what I'm saying? Then I had to get into the bathroom. I had to stop at the sink. Then I had to like get to the toilet, like put the seat down, just sit there for a second, catch my breath. And I literally had to turn on workout music to turn on the shower. I had to wait for a beat drop to pick up the soap so I could actually start to bathe myself. But then I realized I couldn't stand up because I still felt like I was about to fall out. So I just ended up just sitting there in the shower for like half an hour. And I was just trying to bathe myself, just sitting there in the shower. It was a struggle. But then there's that piece of me, that dog in me was just like, push. That's all, like, that's, even my brain was still like, as highly functioning as my brain is, that's all it can muster up. It's just push, dig, push, dig, push. And even though I was hurting, even though something like a half of my ego was like begging, crying, pleading for this to end, it was just dig, push, dig, push. You ain't no bitch. Come on, let's go. You know what I'm saying? But then like the other part of me was just like, oh my God, please stop. Oh, please stop. You know, it's that Gemini in me that's like, both of them were equally as loud, equally right. Why would you want to give up? You know, push. But then at the same time, why are you putting me through this? You see what I'm saying? It was literally my higher self and my lower self going to war. You know what I'm saying? And it was up to me in the middle to make the decisions, you know. But I just say, we're going to keep on going. We're going to keep on pushing because, you know, it's like, as you know, a couple of videos ago, like, I've given my life to achieving Christ consciousness. So, hey, that 40-day fast sounded like a good idea. You know, it sounded like a good idea. So I was just like, we going for it. And I just started pushing for it. And I realized I pushed a little too far. You know, I've never felt exhaustion like that. I've never had, like, I haven't had fever dreams in a long time. I didn't have a fever, but that's what the types of dreams are. The dreams made no sense. Like, everything was melded together. Nothing, I couldn't get nothing from it. I couldn't sleep. I was restless. Couldn't sleep and restless, but I also was too tired to move. And that's a crazy state to be in. You know what I'm saying? And some people live like that in a regular basis. That's called anxiety, people. You know what I'm saying? Restlessness. You know, sleep deprivation. People live like that on a regular basis and they're not conscious of it. They're just existing like this, living in this state, and they don't even know why. You know, at least I can say I know why. You know, in all honesty, I was trying to get closer to what I call God, source, universe, Allah. You know, I was trying to get closer to whatever that was. What was it? Somewhere in James, like less of me, more of him, more of it. You know, less of my human thinking, more of the universal cosmic flow of energy flowing through me. So I said, starve the body, feed the soul. That's what I was going for. That was my intent going into it. You know, I wanted to experience something supernatural. I wanted to experience some profound, prophetic dream, vision, intuitive moment. You know what I'm saying? But then, like, you know, I started to have doubts. And I'm like, wait a minute, like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm feeling like this isn't serving me right now. You know, I feel like this is hurting. But then there's like that other part of me is like, nah. See, this is that animalistic side of you. This is that quote devil. This is your lower self trying to drag you down. So you got to fight against it. But then as I break the fast and I start eating again, I realized my lower self was also saving me because I was pushing my body to a point that was too much for me at the time. It was a little too much, just a little bit. It was like the equivalent of trying to run a marathon with absolutely no training. I'm not talking about little 3K, 5K or whatever. I mean like them super dodeca 20-mile runs and shit. You ain't gotten up your ass in you know, a year and a half and some change. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're a freak athlete, that's kind of hard to do. So that's what my body was doing. That's actually an example of my lower self actually saving me. You see what I'm saying? Because don't be so high and mighty that you know earthly good. Don't be so, keep your head up in the sky so long that you ignore your own body. Don't pay attention to the stars so much walking around and you over here walking on broken glass with bare feet. You know what I'm saying? And I was walking on that broken glass with bare feet. And that's what my lower self was trying to tell me. Is that, hey, bro, listen. I know I'm down here smelling the dirt, sniffing the other dog's ass and shit. But like, I'm gonna need you to like, slow your roll real quick. So even I knew it was time to cut. Now, when I stopped that fast, I can't even lie. I felt defeated. Because my parents were worried about me. They were telling me like, yo, you looked sick, man. Like you weren't looking good. You could barely walk. Your eyes couldn't open. Some of my videos, I actually look back on, like I don't watch them, but like I saw them. I was like, yo, I couldn't even open my eyes. I'm surprised I made it through that video. You know what I'm saying? But that was like, there was like one where I was talking about like the anti-bullying or the cyber-bullying video or whatever. I don't even remember making that video. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I don't even remember that video at all. I'm like, when did I even make that? And shout out to K-Shay-O, like she shared that video. I was like, when did I even make that video? Like I was that out of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's not healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like people do these fasts and they're perfectly fine the entire time. Like there is a goal of mine to become breatharian. Now that is my goal, to be like, when I'm like 50, 60 or something like that. Not right now. I still have a young life to live, which is going to, segue me into my next thoughts where, upon reflection on this fast, like all the things that I thought that I wasn't receiving. I wasn't getting prophetic messages. I wasn't, getting closer with God. I realized that entire time I was. And it was only when I was back into my normal state, when my analytical faculties were back online, where I could actually like go back. And that's why I'm still, like I said, I'm still unpacking things. That's why my brain is still so scattered right now. Like I'm like sitting here thinking like, wait a minute, man. Like, when in the pursuit to raise your vibration, to raise your energetic frequency, people say like you have to have that plant, you have to, and that's that word. You have to have this plant-based diet. You have to eat these things. You have to do this. You have to do that. I'm a contrarian. I'm a rule breaker. And I'm like, wait a minute, man. Why do I have to do that? I've been vegan. I've been plant-based for like 3, 4, 5 years now. And I still, to this very day, have a taste for eggs. I love eggs. I love indulging in a cookie from time to time that has milk in it, dairy products in it. Even though my teachers, Layla Africa, Dick Gregory, told you that we should not be eating dairy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I have to be that stubborn student from time to time. You know what I mean? Like I'm seeing these things, and like my teachers are telling me this type of stuff, and they're saying, do this, don't do this, do this, and I'm following everything they say. But then in my own experience, I'm just sitting here, I'm like, I'm listening to you, and I know you're more wise than me. I know you're more experienced than me. I know you're more knowledgeable than me. But like, that don't make sense to me, man. Even after going through this, even after all these things that I've learned, even after this, it don't make sense to me no more. And to me, in all actuality, that's really God telling me, yo, fam, enjoy your life. You're still young. Enjoy yourself. You'll be fine. You're one of the chosen ones. You're one of the protected ones. You're one of those that has my grace because you went to find me. You know what I'm saying? You already knew I was within you, but you even got closer to me in this moment. Go enjoy your life, man. That was my takeaway from this fast. Now don't get me wrong, I still have to, of course, practice moderation and don't get too crazy with stuff, you know what I'm saying? But like, even when it comes to things like alcohol, once again, everything comes at the perfect time. I stopped drinking alcohol because I was forming a negative association with it. And I have a very strong personality, whether I'm 0 or 100 with things, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I used to drink to get drunk. I didn't drink because I enjoyed that particular beverage. I drank to get drunk. I drank to suppress my problems. I drank to drown my sorrows. And that quote that I've quoted 1,000 times, it's like, for those of you that think you could drown your sorrows, need to be reminded that your sorrows can swim. So you can try to drink your problems away all you want. They can swim. And you're only going to exacerbate them. You're only going to make them more powerful. You're only going to give them more power over you while making your own physical vessel weaker. However, while I was having that own thought, there was a clip from The Walking Dead, and I forgot his name right now, but It was the for those of you that still watch The Walking Dead, it was like a priest, the preacher dude with the like that got blind in one eye. You know, he was explaining to one of the other characters of how to drink. You know, like they found like a very expensive bottle of alcohol in the zombie apocalypse. You don't need to watch The Walking Dead to know what I'm talking about. You know, but they found a very expensive bottle of alcohol, right? And he was teaching him how to drink. He said, wait, why would people pay $2,000 for a bottle of alcohol? That makes no sense. You know, he said, because you don't drink like that. Listen, pour yourself a little bit. That's all we're going to pour? And he said, yeah, just pour yourself a little bit. Smell it. What do you smell? Okay, I smell this, that, and the third. Okay, now taste it. Let it coat your palate. Okay, now take a sip of it and you enjoy it. That is drinking. And I'm like, damn. You know, so why is it, right, for the spiritual people out here, like once again, I know alcohol comes from alcohol, they're called spirits for a reason, you know what I'm saying? But why is it then that this higher level understanding of alcohol and me wanting to enjoy my physical experience, they're both equally right? I know that they're called spirits and that they can take over. But then there's the lower self that says, but even after everything I know, I still want to just enjoy that. I liked scotch. I liked wine. You know, I enjoyed these things. What's stopping me from enjoying it now that I'm more responsible? Now that I can do this. And you know what? I couldn't think of an answer. You know, what's wrong with having a sip of alcohol like once a month? You know, just that right there, that was an experience. Cork the bottle up and I'll see you at the end of the month. Done. What power does that have over me? Because that brought me joy. That brought me fulfillment. I didn't need to get intoxicated. I didn't need to get white girl wasted. But that brought me happiness. That brought me bliss from something that somebody else demonized. It brought me happiness. Wait. Alcohol is your demon, not mine. But it's not even just demons. You know, people have different gods, orishas. They got different spells they use. They got different incantations. They got all these different things that mean nothing to me, but everything to you. Why would everything you do have any impact on my life? I have to live my life. You know, these are all the things I'm unpacking from my fast. And I have one more experience I'm going to talk about in a little bit, but we'll get to it when we get to it, if I remember. You know what I'm saying? I have to live my life. You know, one of the things, you know, let's backtrack something to something long ago. The semen retention stuff. You know, I'm still on the path. You know, but let me have a moment of vulnerability, a moment of honesty with all the guys that follow me on the semen retention stuff. Once again, y'all value me from my openness, my vulnerability. I'm not telling you this to sway you in any shape, form, or fashion. This is just my journey. You are a young man. You are a grown man. You make your own decisions. I'm just giving you another piece of information that you can utilize to just sit back and ponder on. If you agree with it, cool. If you disagree with it, cool. If you use it, cool. If you don't, cool. I don't give a shit what you do in your world. I'm just sharing what's going on in mine. When it comes to the semen retention stuff, don't get me wrong. I am not backing down from it. It is one of the most potent things that a man could do. That a man can do in his world. You know, to change his life drastically, semen retention, that will change your life as a man. I promise you. To this very day, there is zero doubt that it has very profound effects in your life. However, I will say though that in my walking life, I'm like, dang, I found that I'm almost scared to break the seal when it comes down to that point. Now, some people say, and once again, and these are all the polarities that I expressed throughout all of my videos, where I said, you know, like some people are going to fall in love with this and they'll never ejaculate again. And some of them will wait until they are here to make a child before they ejaculate, you know, before they, you know, indulge in that physical body experience. That's cool. But for me, I'm just like, you know, this is something like my dad has taught me. It's like, I don't want to get older and wish I did this and look back on my life and have regrets. So that's just something I just sit back and ponder. You know, I just like, But even something so powerful as semen retention, as life and transformative as it was, and still is, you know, it's one of those things like, okay, but when it comes to an end, what's going to happen? And that's where my mind is still pondering the what ifs. What's going to happen if, what if I lose everything? What if the people following me, are like, they notice my energy change? What is this? Am I going to be a fraud? Am I going to be a fake because I went and experimented in my own personal life? These are the things I still go to because I'm a model for some of you. I'm big brother for some of you. There are some of you that, I mean, even though it's not my responsibility to raise you, because once again, I teach everyone, male, female, whoever watches my videos, you have to make your own decisions, But like, what happens when I tell them this and then a whole bunch of people fall off the bandwagon because they try to emulate me, but I'm damn near 3 years in. You're 2 hours and you're trying to emulate me this far in. No. I've walked the journey. Now that I'm where I'm at, I've made a decision. You need to go through it first. You need to go through the initiation process before you make these types of decisions. Don't get it confused now. I'm not giving you a way out. You know what I'm saying? But once again, I'm just flowing right now. I'm still a young man and everything works on me quite well, if you catch my drift. I still have urges. I still have these things that I transmute. However, there's still the things that, like, as I've said, I'm very open about this. I'm still very sexually inexperienced, and that's something I don't like, being a novice at things that I'm interested in. Video games. If there's a game that I like, I go hard in it. I learn the mechanics. I learn the bugs and glitches that I can utilize to my advantage to get me the dub. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm interested, as a young man should be, in sexual intercourse, why am I still such a novice at it? Why am I suppressing myself? Why am I ignoring all the attention that I get from women? Why am I downplaying it all the time? Because I want to stay this priest, this saint-like individual, this high moral person in my world all the time? Do I have to be this person for the rest of my life? Do I have to sacrifice my life just because I want to look good and high and mighty in people's worlds? I don't know. Maybe. I'm just talking right now. My answer might actually be yes. That might be my sacrifice. Or I say, hey, I did my part. Now I'm going to go live life, and I might revisit this again in the future. I might have to go restart with the rest of you. That might be the resurgence of the semen retention content on my channel if I ever fell off the wagon super hard and I have to start back over. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But once again, I'm just flowing right now, man. What I'm saying is, when you are on this path to self-development, especially when you take the spiritual route, you realize that you step into a different world. And sometimes the rules of the world that you're stepping into completely contradict the world that you once inhabited, right? And it's up to you as the individual living this experience to say what best serves you in this very moment. Yes, you have to have a little bit of foresight. You have to look a little bit ahead, but that's the one thing I want to teach people from my shortcomings. I live too far in the future. That's my thing, and I can't stop it. Like, it's one of my things. It's my gift and curse. I see so far in the head that the present usually means nothing to me. That's my own shortcoming. I have to learn to live in the moment more. But like, at the same time, it's just like, but why? I know what's happening 20 years from now. I know what's happening 5 years from now. That's why I always tell people about cryptocurrency. We over here, see, I told you we flowing. Hopefully I bring it back, but we flowing. It's like, we over here in America, we're so comfortable. We have all of our cars, our clothes. Everyone has a smartphone, laptop. Even broke people have a smartphone these days. Your brokest people have smartphones, cell phones. You know what I'm saying? It's anyone can find food, whether you go steal it, whether you go buy it. What was the end goal? You got food. You know what I'm saying? We have people that are protecting the interests of billionaires that don't even know you from another person. They don't know who you are, and you're protecting them. You're protect. You are, like, once again, I'm not coming at you. You have to make a living. I'm not mad. I'm like I said, I'm flowing. You are a security person, and you are protecting the food and produce at a Walmart, a Kroger. Someone is stealing an orange. They're stealing an orange, and you're trying to stop them. That dollar is so important that you need to stop that hungry ass person from taking an orange, an apple, bananas, diapers. If someone is stealing an apple, an orange, diapers, don't you think they really fucking need it? Where's your humanity? But I ain't losing my job over an apple. I mean, I'd rather lose my job than my humanity. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just where I'm at with it, man. But anyway, I don't even know where I was going with that. But that's just you know, the way I be looking at the world. Oh yeah, like, so in regards to the crypto stuff, you know, it's like we're so comfortable in this world that we think everything revolves around us, and y'all don't realize that banks are collapsing. Bank runs are happening. People are pulling their money out the banks. You have been giving your money to people that have been using your money. Go. For those of you that think you're rich, you know, like I've been seeing a bunch of like, you know, shorts. Like I'm a YouTube short connoisseur on YouTube, right? And they'd be like, yo, how much money you got in your bank account? First of all, you know, like back in my day, you know, back in our parents' days, if someone came up to you and said, how much money you got in your wallet, how much money you got in your bank account, that was fighting words. Why do you need to know how much money I got? Wait, what you on? How much money you got? Who the fuck is you? You know what I'm saying? That's like, I'm still cut from that cloth, weirdly enough. You know, but now that's not fighting words, people are actually exposing, they're showing you how much money they have. Yeah, I got 1.2 M's in my bank account, and you're showing people that? Some of y'all are rich, not wealthy. And some of y'all don't realize that all of your money in these banks can potentially disappear at any time. Go try to pull that $1.2 million out that bank. It's your money, right? Go try to get that money out that bank right now. No, okay, you don't trust me? Go ahead and try to go get 200 grand right now. Go to your bank and get $200,000. They will not give it to you. They're going to ask you in regards to your money, why you need your money out of the bank. What are you using it for? Where are you sending it? Why the fuck is that any of your concern? Give me my shit. But the world is waking up to this. That's why all this type of stuff is happening. Y'all are not aware of the BRICS nation. It's an acronym. Go look it up. BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Right? This is the BRICS nations. The BRICS nations are moving away from the US dollar, the petrodollar. The US dollar has not been backed by anything other than the fact that we have the largest army military. Our former presidents, you know, everyone's all anti-Trump. Once again, if you want everyone to be unified, give them a common enemy, the carrot man. Okay, sure, he said some stupid shit. However, why do you think, I believe it was Bush that took us out of like the international court or whatever, that whole system. Once again, I don't care about politics. These words kind of go over my head. But why? Because you do realize that all of our past presidents for like the past 50, 60 years will be defined as war criminals, right? You do know that certain presidents whose names started with O that did so much for people that have the same skin color as I. You know, he launched over 26,000 drone strikes in foreign countries. 26,000. And how much was that publicized? Homie is over here calling AC-130 kill streaks with real people's lives. And because he sounds cool and because he seems hip, we just let him rock. Who else did that has a crazy name? Oh yeah, the Clintons. When homie played a saxophone and he won all these black people over because he played a saxophone on TV. Are you shitting me? But the thing is, I don't have to go too deep into that. People are waking up. I really implore some of you to go look up certain acronyms. I don't know if this is going to get this video taken off of YouTube, but hopefully it's sandwiched in here long enough. But it's called Nasara Jasara. I'm not going to spell it. I'm not going to speak on it more. I'm just saying, go do your research on that. And that's going to put you down the rabbit hole. For those of you that aren't too lazy to go do the research, for those of you that are listening to this point, you clicked on this point and that's what you were supposed to hear, or you've listened to it all the way to this point. Go just look it up. They are literally switching over to a crypto-backed digital currency, crypto and gold-backed digital currency. If you do not believe me, This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please go do your own research. However, please just simply type into Google right now, world reserve currency, digital world reserve currency, and see what pops up. Now, I know what's going to pop up, and you didn't even know that existed. So you see how I'm bringing to light a bunch of things that have been going on based off of all of our distractions that we have going on in America. We're fighting over who can and can't walk into the bathroom. What is a woman? What all this stupid shit. That just shows how comfortable we are, but the world's about to get really uncomfortable for a little bit. I promise you. And I just want the people listening to me, listening to people like me, people operating from my same frequency, to heed these warnings. Prepare yourself. When you get into this crypto world, I'm going to really need you to understand something. You need to get all of it. Whenever you get this cryptocurrency, you need to get it off of the exchanges as soon as possible. I implore you to get what is called cold storage wallets, hardware wallets. Okay? They're going to give you a seed phrase when you buy it. Never take a picture of it. Do not take a picture of it. You write it down. You don't tell nobody about it. You write it down in 27 notebooks. I don't care. Never lose that password, because that is going to give you custody over your newfound wealth. Now you have to do the right research and find the right stuff. But I'm just trying to give you all the cliff notes real quick. All right. I just wanted to sandwich that type of stuff in there. I think I gave y'all enough on that one. So we're just going to get back to what I was talking about. Okay. Lastly, the last bulk before I go off into another whole tangent is something else about me. Okay, y'all know that I am a huge proponent for love. I am a romantic. I love public displays of affection, even though I love places like Dubai. You know, it's literally the walking epitome of living in a place of wealth. You can't do public displays of affection. I could never live there. I want to hold my wife. I want to hold her hand. I want to kiss on her in public. I want to do all that within reason. Nothing too crazy. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, it's just like I want my wife to know in public that I'm not ashamed to be standing next to her. She should be comfortable around me. She should be able to be herself around me. I love love. I hate drama. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, one of my things is I hold that to a very high level of respect. I hold love, relationships to a high regard. So I'm not going to settle for someone that's not willing or that's not able to take in all the love that I'm willing to give. Once again, I touched on this before. It's that I'm willing to give a lot of love. I don't really care about the reciprocity. I shouldn't have to care about it. That should just happen naturally. So I'm more focused on, are you willing to accept the love that I'm going to give, and are you going to give it back to me in return? You know, and once again, I'll be able to tell. I'm giving and giving and giving. I give freely and openly because I'm infinite. You know, I love so much. I have so much love within myself that my cup runneth over full of love. I'm overflowing with love. But even though I'm overflowing, if you ain't giving it back and you're just taking, you're a leech, and you have no place in my world. I see a lot of people taking from relationships instead of contributing to them. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, I'm so against, like, when it comes to these red pill dudes that just be out here just trying to victimize women and teaching young men how to pick up women. And this is how you walk the minefield of her mind and get her into her pants and all type of that. That's weird. That's weird. I don't like that. You know, I want relationships. I want building of units again. You know, like I said in one of my videos, like, I want to see. I can't lie. It's like, and I've been through all the ups and downs with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for interracial relationships. You know what I'm saying? Do I hold my black queens to a higher standard? Of course I do. I see black women, because I'm black. It makes sense. If you're Asian, you see Asian women to the highest, as you should. If you're Indian and you see Indian women to the highest standard, as you should. I see, if you're white and you see your white woman as the most beautiful woman in the world, as you should. You're white. That she looks like you. She shares your history. Like, what's the problem? You know, it's so annoying, the world that we live in, that it's a problem to be white. We could be pro-black for everything, but if someone's happy to be white, if they're happy to be German, if they're happy to be Dutch, if they're happy to be Swedish, it's a problem. Like, we're just perpetuating a war. But anyway, I don't want to get too far off of that one. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, it's like I went through something that really actually screwed me up the other day, right? It's something that really, 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 really messed me up. And I went through the entire, like everything that I was looking for in the relationship here in the physical, I experienced in the dream state. Now I know, and I talked to my friend and actually took her advice on this, where it was like you should look at it more so as what's to come. You know, if you're visualizing this, if you're dreaming this, if you're feeling this, that means that it's about to materialize and manifest for you, which is nice. But for someone that's been so as alone as I have been for so long, and you experience all of that and you feel it. I mean, like I was at the point, and well, let me like, talk on it broadly, and I'll go back. You know, when you experience all of it from beginning to end, and you just wake up from it, it hurts. And that messed up my day. I'm gonna be real with you. I was in the mood all day because like I was in love. I felt it. I was happy. I was laughing. I was so open in that dream. It was a feeling that I've been craving here in the physical. You know what I'm saying? And like, and there's a reason why I don't date so much in the physical, because I know what I'm looking for. And if you don't even give me an inkling of that in the physical world, it doesn't mean nothing to me. You know, I've been through so many relationships like this in my dream and my mental state that it's just like, it just almost feels like, it almost, to keep it very simple, and I know there's not a lot of weed smokers out there. Well, not everyone's a weed smoker, but it's like, okay, you smoking, I don't know, Gorilla Glue, some high level, top level connoisseur strain, whatever the hell they are out there, and then someone gives you some Reggie. You know what I'm saying? You've been smoking that good, but then you wake back up into reality, and it's just like, you know, that's just how I've been. You know, and I don't want to put that crazy expectation on somebody. Like I've connected with people. I feel it. I know what's possible now, and they're reminding me of that. But the thing is, in this dream, let me just give y'all some of the notes on it real quick. I mean, I shit you not. Like it was it was actually an Asian chick I was with. I ain't never had the crush on an Asian woman in my life, but like, hey, this is just what the dream was. And like I was in love. I felt it. Everything was amazing. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here playing. Like it was so deep. Like it was literally the beginning of the relationship. It was like in the middle where like we're dating and I'm getting to know the family. The family's treating me like family. I'm literally forming a bond with this dream woman's little brother. I'm playing the Switch. I could literally see the game. I don't even know what the game was, but I could see it. We're playing it. I knew how to play the game. You know, and we're palling around, we're wrestling each other, trying to wrestle each other. Like, you know, like how, you know, you cheat, like when, you know, like your little brother, little cousin starting to beat you, you gotta like hit the controller out of their hand, you know, like we're playing and wrestling like that. You know, I'm hearing them talking so highly of me and all that type of stuff. You know, we're having walks, we're talking, you know, we're bonding in a dream state. Like, mind you, years passed by in the marriage of what felt like seconds, but you feel all these experiences. You're growing, you fight, you heal, you grow, you bond. And then you wake up from that. That shit hurt. And I'm not, some of y'all probably like, man, this man is soft, man, this man lonely. I am. I've said this multiple times. But that's my fight. You know what I'm saying? That's my battle that I deal with, as everyone does. Some people's battle is drugs, alcohol. Some people is overworking. Some people it's stress. Some people it's trust issues. You know, mine is just like, I have to beat this lonely thing, whatever that is. And I'm taking tremendous strides in that regard. You know? But nevertheless, you know, it was just one of those things where like it hurt me at my core, because it just felt like something was stripped away from me. And all day I just couldn't shake it. Like I had to go through like some family event stuff that I should have been happy in the moment, but my mind was so withdrawn in that moment, because it just like, it felt like if you watch like Joe Rogan, where he was talking about like somebody's like it's not acid trip, but like maybe shrooms or something, where they said that they lived entire lives. They had like a whole wife, family, all that type of stuff. And then they had to wake up back to this reality before they took the shrooms or before they took whatever psychedelic it was, you know, and you have to just go back to being normal. It's hard to do that. I mean, at least like the day of anyway, like I'm cool now, you know, but like, you know, it's just like, it's pretty much the equivalent of that. Like, it just felt like everything I ever wanted was right there. I was experiencing, I was getting a taste test of it, and then it just got yanked away from me. And I was just like, oh, fuck, man. That shit hurt, you know? But then, like I said, with my friend's advice, hey, maybe something's around the corner. But the thing is, I hate to be Debbie Downer for people, because I'm always here to uplift people. But I uplift people when I'm feeling sad. I motivate people off of something that I just failed at. You know what I'm saying? I yell at you for something I just failed at because I don't want you to make the same mistakes as I did. You know, it's like I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but like I just be out here and I just be like, damn though, like why? Why did you show me that? Why did you give me that? I've been waiting for that patiently for so long. Like I got into manifestation, I got into my spirituality, I got into my health, all for that. And I've been wondering where it is in the physical, and then you tease me like that in the dream world? Why would you do that? I don't get that. What's the purpose of that? What am I supposed to learn from that? What am I supposed to get from that? And once you stop being a victim, which I actually haven't gotten done doing yet, and that's just a moment of vulnerability. I still haven't gotten over that just yet. Or maybe tomorrow. But nevertheless, I still just want to dwell in it a little bit, just to be like, why? But then you have to realize all the answers are within you. So once I start asking why, I'm going to start figuring out exactly why that happened. And then in order for me to do that, I have to heal, recover, grow, and keep pushing forward. You know, and eventually it's going to materialize in the present. I can't get all, pessimistic about it. I can't get all, down in my feelings about it, because then I'm just going to attract more sadness. I'm going to attract that same experience over and over again because I didn't learn my lesson. So once I'm done having my little hissy fit, once I'm done having my little pity party, I'm going to sit back, meditate on it, learn what I'm supposed to learn from that experience, and see what I have to do to bring that into my world. It's that simple. It really is. But even as simple as I make certain things sound, I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. I don't care who it is. I don't care if they're your favorite streamer. I don't care if they're your favorite content creator. I don't care if they're your own spiritual teacher. I don't give a damn if you are on top of a mountain literally kicking rocks with your Shaolin master. We are not perfect. None of us are. Because your Shaolin master knows some ancient, secret, forbidden technique that he can't teach you right now, because he knows you ain't ready, and he knows himself that he has not perfected it either. You know what I'm saying? And once again, I'm not trying to project, but I'm just saying that if we're all here in this 3D space, that means we all have some type of karma. That means we all have some type of lesson to learn from this dense space. We're all here to learn. We're all here to grow. We are all here to be confused. We are all here to experience clarity. The same way as I always say, there's no up without down. There's no left without right. There's no clarity without confusion. That felt good. So anyway, hope y'all got something from that. That was my little vent for the day. Hopefully y'all got something from it. Hopefully y'all get a little bit about me. Hopefully y'all, we're just able to pick something out of it. Hopefully you're able to resonate with it. Hopefully whatever. I'm done. Peace.